Alright, welcome to the video. In this one, I'll be talking about how much money you'll receive from Social Security and SSDI. I've got all the information you need, including actual dollar amounts, in the video. Let's talk about what's happening on right now. Firstly, just to be clear, everything I discuss in this video does apply to all Social Security beneficiaries who receive benefits from the Social Security Administration, which is responsible for more than 70 million people each month, including retirement disability, SSDI, spousal survivor SSI, and even VA beneficiaries. But if you're an SSI beneficiary, keep watching because I'll create a special video just for you on this subject as well. This is because the monetary amounts I'm sharing with you in this video might not necessarily apply to SSI. Benefits from SSI are fairly specific. Does it make sense that the monetary amounts I'm discussing in this video and the amount of SSI benefits you receive are both quite specific? In any case, this does have to do with SSI. But once more, I will create that special film for you. But in case this applies to other people as well, let's discuss what's going on, the specifics of this latest news, and how it directly affects you and your monthly benefits. I'll explain everything in this video, including the monthly benefit and how it works. Based on what we're looking at right now, benefits will increase slightly, but they will still grow much better. Now, let's go into the specifics. A little while more, but before we do, I would greatly appreciate it if you could do the following little favor. If you haven't already, please subscribe below. If you're new, hello, and thanks so much for joining me. I'm here to you every day to assist you in any way I can. I understand that things are confusing and that there are many things going on at the moment. I want to point out any opportunities you may be able to seize, including financial rewards. Programs, raises, perks, talks about stimulus, monthly checks, or anything similar, I'm calling it out straight away in these quick films. I've been doing this every day for years, and I have no intention of stopping because I want to pursue my goals. Can to support you at this time, so once again, thank you so much for being here. If you haven't already, please subscribe below. Now let's discuss the most recent announcements and how they relate to your monthly benefit. It refers to your monthly checks. Allow me to explain. Last week we received a very significant announcement. It all has to do with the inflation report. Yes, we talk about inflation a lot since it's a significant topic. Ultimately, it affects the benefit checks you receive each month. In the end, a significant amount of money leaves your possession each week and each month for products and services. Food, shelter, utility. Transportation for healthcare, clothing, gas, you name it, we all buy it, and everything is more expensive these days. It's harsh, but anyway, according to the inflation report that was released, even while it appears that inflation decreased slightly the previous month, we also discovered that the projections, the amount that we're looking at in real dollars for the cost of living adjustment or the COLA hike for benefits, has actually increased slightly. So in this video, I want to give you the specifics. I won't give you the exact amount though, just arbitrary numbers. Okay, so as of right now, the predictions are coming in at a 3.2% hike. However, want to see some real figures, real money, as to what this would look like as far as a raise to monthly benefits. To quickly explain, as you may have seen from last week's videos, I made it very obvious that there is still a long way to go before the formal announcement is made, and a lot of data needs to be gathered. I'm not sure about you, but every time the estimates move up, it means a little bit more money in your pocket, till we really determine. But the inflation data is still pouring in, showing that, these projections are taking upward, which is like, hey, another little win for us, right? A few months prior, at the start of the year, the projections were coming in at 1.75% as a raise, which is incorrect and equivalent to zero. However, at this point, they're looking at 3.2% as of right now. But we still have a few months to go before we receive all of that extremely crucial data that will be available over those 3 months again in July, August, and September. Data that you have heard me discuss previously in other films, but in any case, allow me to offer you some actual money amounts. I'll break down the real dollars here according to a few different benefit quantities, so I'll use round dollar amounts in relation to round benefit. Sums. After doing all of the calculations, I'll show you exactly what a 3.2% COLA would entail if you obtained. Assuming that your monthly benefit is 3.2%, which I understand completely, wouldn't the hike be 3.2% this year? Remain the same. No, it wouldn't, because we're calculating off of a higher benefit amount since, as you've heard, the rise of 3.2% that is now scheduled to take effect next year based on our benefit also takes that current 3.2% into account. As I mentioned in previous videos, compounding works. This one too, so technically speaking, no, the rise we receive, say 3.2%, won't be exactly the same in dollars because we're basing it on a greater benefit amount. Okay, so this is based on 3.2, but in my honest opinion, I think we're still going to get higher. You don't need to understand the math behind it. It doesn't really matter. My point is that it will be higher. Greater than 3.2. Well, based on the calculations, the data, the patterns, and the overall trajectory of this thing, I do believe we will be slightly above that. That's just how things are looking at the moment, though. Allow me to run over these figures quickly. If you currently receive a benefit of $600 per month, applying a potential 3.2% raise would increase it by $19 per month to $619. Similarly, if you already receive a benefit of $700 per month, applying a potential I apologize. If we were to receive a 3.2% raise, your benefit would increase by $22 a month, from $722 to $722. Moving on, let's talk about a $800 monthly benefit. If you are now receiving $800, that would represent a $26 increase in benefit. From $800 to $826 in a month, I know it's not much, by any means, but at least it's something. A few $100 a year, roughly. And that's what it works out to be at this point. This instance, $800, $26 a month isn't much, but it's better than nothing. So that's $900, all right. Applying a possible 3.2% raise to your $900 monthly benefit would raise it by $29, which is again acceptable and not a big deal. Tons. But it's over $300 annually. That's roughly $350 annually, so, it's not a ton, but $350 annually isn't too awful, right? All right. Next up, a $1,000 monthly benefit. If you currently receive $1,000, adding a hypothetical 3.2% boost to that would increase your benefit check by $32 each month. That's roughly $380 per year, which isn't much, but it's something right now. That's as of right now, okay? All of those estimates are based on current data, and once more, I get that not everyone makes precisely $600, $700, or $1,000 per month. I completely get that. But those are still great round figures, just to be clear. Work with at the moment. If your benefit amount falls within that range, you can be sure it will be extremely small, within a dollar or two of the figures I provided, which are based on a 3.2% currently. But once more, based on my forecasts, if I had to pinpoint a range, I would say that we're probably looking at, and once more, this is just speculating based on the information that we currently have and the trajectory of, with the trend of these projections and the results that are coming in based on what we're looking at the moment, I would be going more toward a high 3%, potentially high 4% range. Now, all of that is subject to change, okay? I always have to state that completely. This is not the official statement, but based on the trend, I'm looking at figures that are probably as high as 3%, potentially as high as 4%, possibly even higher. 4%, I don't know, this is all we currently know, but once more I want to share these details with you. All right, one more thing I want to bring up right away is that we still need to evaluate how much is. It will be months before we find out what the Medicare Part B premium will be, but traditionally over the past few years, it has been rising significantly. In fact, a few years ago, it increased by 14.5% in 2022. 2022 saw a 14.5% increase. 2023, it dropped 3% the previous year. Whoa, that was over $5 less than last year, when it increased by almost 6%. This year, 5.92% should be increased for 2024. I'm not sure how much will increase for the next year. Nevertheless, the general tendency is that, well, it will certainly increase. We already know this, so the big question is how much, but it will undoubtedly also affect your benefits, so I'll keep you updated on everything, but I just want to quickly go over everything for you based on the current estimates and what we're looking at right now in actual dollars. Hopefully this makes sense. If not, make sure to stay tuned because I will bring more information on this. Because SSI benefits are quite particular, you can see the dollar months for there, as well as your benefit check in that dedicated video. I hope this helps again.